Hello everyone. Today the new story is the name is A Royal Lesson. Mahendravarman once ruled over Mangalpuri. His subjects praised him as a victorious king, especially because of his generosity. The trouble was, he did not distinguish between bad and good advice and accepted whatever was offered to him. This was perhaps his only weakness. Some people took advantage of this weakness. They succeeded in securing from him all that they wanted. Every time this would not be good for the country, and as a result, the people suffered. For example, at the instance of the affluent, he would punish the innocent, while the real culprits escaped punishment. In course of time, people found his rule oppressive and they began to hate him. One day, the royal astrologer Atmaraman was passing by the king's chambers. He saw a villager carrying a jackfruit. He stopped him. I see you are carrying a jackfruit. It smells good and the fruit must be really ripe. Where are you taking it? This is the first jackfruit that grew in my garden, and I am going to offer it to our king, replied the villager, who did not recognize the gentleman as the royal astrologer. Atmaraman, in a loud voice, said, Do you know why I stopped you and engaged you in conversation? I had a good look at your face and I find signs of royal qualities. I won't be surprised if you become king here one day. Mahendravarman, who was watching the whole incident from his balcony, was also listening to the conversation. He wondered why the royal astrologer had made such a prediction and why Atmaraman had not warned him that someone else might take his place as king. Meanwhile, the villager was very happy that he had chances of becoming a king. Who would not like to sit on the throne given a chance? You mean to say that I have royal qualities? He asked Atmaraman unbelievingly. Could you tell me how I have acquired such qualities? Of course, I can explain the reasons to you, said Atmaraman. But why should I bother if I am not going to benefit? The villager suspected that the gentleman was perhaps expecting a reward. Otherwise, why should he come out with excuses and avoid giving him an answer? But then it was only just that the man was rewarded. You are right, sir. Who would make predictions like that without some remuneration or reward? I am poor villager, and right now the only valuable item in my possession is this jackfruit. I shall certainly give it to you. Please accept it and tell me the reasons why I would be king. Fine, but do you have any idea who I am? Prodded Atmaraman. To which the villager pleaded ignorance. I am so sorry. I don't know you. I don't think I have met you earlier. Ah, that's the point, remarked Atmaraman. Till now you didn't know who I am. Yet you had no hesitation in believing all that I said after meeting you so casually in the street. You were also willing to believe that a poor villager could become a king and were ready to give me the jackfruit which you were going to present to the king. I know what kind of a fool you are. I am yet to come across another simpleton who would believe anybody and everybody. If this country will have a fool and a simpleton as its king, you too can become its king. Why don't you make a try? Maybe you will succeed. The villager thought there was a lot of sense in what the gentleman had just said. You are very right. When you told me I have royal qualities, I did not want to think beyond that, and I forgot everything else. I believed in you even without finding out who you are. I was also willing to part with the jackfruit, though I was taking it to the king. How can a fool like me become king? No, in future I will only wish for what I really deserve. I shall carry out my original desire and take this fruit to the king. Mahendravarman listened to the entire conversation and realized that Atmaraman had really meant it as a lesson for him. That is why he had raised his voice when he talked to the villager so that the king would hear all that he wanted to say. From that day, the king became discreet in accepting the views of others.